Let's talk about the books that are coming out in the next few months. Hello everyone, today I'm here to do my most anticipated summer book releases. So I do this seasonally. I've done one for the whole year, I've done one for kind of winter, for spring, and here it is summertime. So I'm going to be talking about the books that are going to be released from June to August, so the summer months quintessentially. I will be repeating some titles that were in my spring video because I talked some about June in there, and honestly, there's not a ton of books that are coming out this summer. I don't know what it is. Summer is not like a big season for books to come out. I'd say fall and spring are in my opinion, so it kind of makes me sad because I feel like people are outside at the beach and they want to read, so why not pump them out? But it is what it is. Either way, I'm going to tell you what books that I, myself personally, am most anticipating for June, July, and August. So let's get on to it. Also, I should note that I should film this a while ago, and that a lot of these titles will be out already, so forgive me, I'm behind a little bit. First book I want to talk about came out on June 4th, and that is The Rest of the Story by Sarah Dessen. This is a YA contemporary book, and I am anticipating it because I love Sarah Dessen books. If you guys don't know, I love Sarah Dessen. She really got me into the YA contemporary genre. I have a whole video talking about her. I will tell you that I have not loved her most recent releases, her last 2 or 3 especially, so I'm really excited for this one, but also, yeah, apprehensive. Basically, in this book, we follow a character named Emma, whose mother has died when she was young, and she remembers her mom telling her stories about this big lake that went on. So now it's the summertime, and she goes to spend the summer with her mother's family, who she hasn't seen since she was little. So she learns a lot about her life when she goes to this lake house for the summer. She learns about her mother's family, about how her mother and father met. She learns about this guy that she used to be best friends with when she was younger, and things like that. So it's like a summer read that's beachy and cute with also some depth because she learns about her mother that has passed away. So I am really hoping to love this book. It sounds like a great Sarah Dessen book. I want to love it so much, and I want to love her books again. Like I said, the last 2 just were not the best. So I am anticipating this one regardless. I'm definitely planning to read this very soon. Next up on June 11th, which probably should have passed by now, is Natalie Tan's Book of Luck and Fortune by Rosalind Lim. This is a adult chick lit book, and we follow Natalie Tan, who comes back to the States after she learns that her mother has passed away. Now, her and her mother were never really close. Her mother kind of shunned her when Natalie told her that she wanted to be a chef. So now she comes back home and to the heart of San Francisco, and she also learns that she has inherited her aunt's restaurant, and it's a failing restaurant. So basically this like fortune teller tells her that she has to make these 3 recipes in order for the restaurant to succeed, and it goes from there. So it sounds like it's going to be a really cute book with a lot of food in it, which is always up my alley. I have heard mixed reviews about this one, so again, apprehensive but still excited to check it out because chick lit, I love chick lit, I love reading chick lit in the summer. There's no secret about that. So on June 11th, we got a lot of those. Is Waiting for Tom Hanks by Carrie Winfrey, another adult chick lit book. And this one I don't know much about other than the tagline because I just love the tagline so much, so I read it every time, and I will continue to do so until I probably read it. And it says, a rom-com obsessed romantic waiting for her perfect leading man learns that life doesn't always go according to a script in this delightful, charming, and funny novel. So basically, this girl spends her days writing screenplays, rewatching Sleepless in Seattle, and waiting for her movie perfect meet cute. And then I think she meets a guy, and her Tom Hanks can't be an actor who's leaving town in a matter of days, can he? It sounds really cute and adorable. I don't know. I love Tom Hanks, so anything that Tom Hanks like got a name on, like I'm signed up for that. Next up, coming out on June 11th, and I have already read this one, is Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. This is another adult chick lit book, and this is about a girl named Georgie who is a children's clown. She plans birthday parties and she's the clown at the parties, and she's also the youngest in her family, and no one takes her seriously. And basically, her brother's best friend Travis comes back in town because he was a famous baseball star and he had an injury, so now he's back in town working for her brother's company, and he has this chance for a new job, but he's not really family friendly. Like, he is promiscuous, he does a lot of things, so him and Georgie decide to team up together and fake date, and you can guess what happens from there. I will tell you, I thought this was a very light adult chick lit read. No, no, no. It is very steamy, very emphasis on the steamy parts. Let me just rest assure you on that. So in case you do not like that, do not read this book because, wow, I was not expecting any of that. But either way, that is what that's about. I enjoyed it. It wasn't the best, but it's a good summer read if you like a lot of steam on the side. So up is another book I've read. I promise I haven't read all of these, and that is The Friend Zone by Abby Jamezin. This one also came out on June 11th, and this one again is adult chick lit with a little bit of depth and perspective to it. This one follows a character named Kristen who doesn't do drama. She doesn't deal with that in her life, and she's helping planning her best friend's wedding, and then basically she meets her best friend's fiance's best friend. Gosh, that was hard to explain. And they start to have feelings, and he wants a big family and he wants a lot of kids. Only Abby cannot give him that because she has a medical procedure that she's going to have very soon that will prevent her from ever having kids. So basically, they really form like a friendship, but something more, but Abby can't give him more, but things like that. So it's about, like, it says, the friend zone will have you laughing one moment and grabbing for tissues as the next, as it tackles the reality of infertility and loss with wit, heart, and a lot of sass. So I would say this is a light, beachy read, but there's a lot of scenes in it that will make you cry probably. So just be wary of that. And last up in June, we have Hungry Hearts, which comes out June 18th. This is a YA anthology about a whole bunch of authors that come together to write stories about food, where they're from, and I love books about food. I also love anthologies, really, so I'm excited to read this one for sure. First up, we have Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. Riley Sager is a thriller writer that I really enjoy his books. He wrote Final Girls, which I enjoyed. The Last Time I Lied, I didn't love. This one I know is about an apartment sitter, I think, and then things happen with the neighbor. I don't know. I don't want to know much going into thrillers because I feel like that's just the best thing to do, is to go into them blind, honestly. That's just my personal opinion, but I'm definitely planning to read this one. Also on July 2nd, we have The Right Swipe by Alicia Ray. This one is about a girl named Rihanna who may have revolutionized romance in the digital world, but in real life, she only swipes right on her career and the occasional hookup. The cynical dating app creator controls her love life with a few key rules. And then I think she meets this pro football player named Samson, and then he woos her one night and then disappears, and then basically years or months later, I don't know, he resurfaces and feelings come up. So I think this is going to be really a cute, adorable chick lit read, obviously with a football theme to it, which I have enjoyed recently. I'm surprised I've enjoyed a lot of sports chick lit. I usually don't, but I'm excited to read this one. July 9th, we have Maybe This Time by Casey West. This is a YA contemporary book. Casey West is one of my favorite YA contemporary authors. I just read everything she writes and I eat it up like candy. This one is about a girl named Sophie who works for a local florist, and then we have Andrew, who's the son of a local chef, and they're always at every event together. So I think basically it's told over 1 year and all the events that are together, like weddings, barbecues, and things like that. I mean, I'm a sucker for any sort of event planning thing because I'm a photographer, so I feel like I speak that language. So I hope this one's good, because the ones I've read that are told like in the event category, I haven't really loved. So I'm still hopeful. So on July 9th, we have The Bookish Life of Nina Hill by Abby Waxman. This is about a girl named Nina who grew up spending her time reading, working at a bookstore, and playing trivia games. Her quiet life changes forever when she learns about the death of a father she never even knew, and his family, who are ecstatic to meet Nina. Fearing the strange family reunion, her life gets more complicated when her trivia nemesis turns out to be sweet and charming and interested in Nina. So I haven't read an Abby Waxman book, but I've heard so many good things about them, and this one really sounds interesting to me, about a girl that's shy and then she learns about a father that she never even had, and she's thrust into this family, and then she meets a guy, and it just sounds like it's going to be a really cute and adorable and also, you know, very poetic type of book, so I'm very excited for it. On July 16th, we have The Wedding Party by Jasmine Gilroy. This is the companion sequel to The Wedding Date, which came out a couple years ago. So we follow two characters that I think that were very vaguely in The Wedding Date. It's been so long since I've read it, named Maddie and Theo, and basically they're helping with Alexa's wedding. I won't tell you who, I don't want to spoil it, and I think they have to be together a lot. It sounded like a really cute hate to love book, which I really, really enjoy. I do enjoy Jasmine's books. They're just not some of my favorite. I wish they had more plot to them, so I'm hopeful this one will, because I think with the hate to love thing we'll get a little bit more intensity, maybe a little bit more plot and a little bit more dialogue, so I'm hoping to really enjoy this one. Either way, I will tell you her books are great for summer reads, that is for sure. On July 23rd, we have A Stranger at the Beach. This is an adult thriller, and this is basically about a woman named Caroline who has a new beach house, and she learns that her husband's lying to her, the money's disappearing, there's another woman, and then she meets a stranger on the beach. And basically it says, who is playing whom in this deadly game of obsession and control? So this one is perfect for people that love thrillers in summertime. There is a ton of other people that think beachy reads are thrillers on the beach. So I think this is a perfect book in case you were just a thriller junkie in the summertime, because I could see them as good beachy reads because you're so engrossed in the mystery that you have to read on. So I'm excited to read this. I hope to really enjoy it. I only have like 3 titles because August has never been a month for me for big releases at all. I don't think ever since I've done one of these videos, August has ever had like a full slot of books. So the first one is Say You Still Love Me by K.A. Tucker, which comes out August 6th. I will have read this probably by then, but this is a new adult romance, a second chance romance, basically about a woman that works at a company, and then the security guard that's hired is like her ex-boyfriend that she loved, or her first love, and it's a second chance romance. Like I said, I'm a sucker for K.A. Tucker books. She writes really good romance books, and I'm excited to read this one. I love second chance romances too, so sign me up. Now, August 8th, we have The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. Lisa, domestic thrillers. I've only read one of her books, which is, what is it called? Watching You, which I did enjoy. I don't know anything about this book. I'm guessing it's from A Family Upstairs, but I don't know why. I just like the way Lisa Jewell writes. So I'm excited for this one. I don't know if the date's right of August 8th. It may be released in the UK on August 8th. I don't know it's being released here. I should have probably done research on it, but either way, I'm anticipating it whenever it comes out. On August 27th, we have Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell. This is a graphic novel, and basically we follow Deja and Josiah, who are 2 best friends, and they are best friends for like 4 months of the year when they're at their like family's pumpkin farm, because they help, you know, sell pumpkins, and then the rest of the year not together. They kind of move back home to their separate states. But this year is going to be their last year at this pumpkin farm, and they decide to, you know, have a big grand adventure. I love Rainbow Rowell, and I'm excited to see what she's going to do in a graphic novel. I will probably not read this in August because the title alone, Pumpkinheads, it sounds like a perfect October Halloween read if I've ever heard one. So I'm excited to read it. I can't wait to read it, honestly. The last book I have to talk to you guys about, I do actually have, and it comes out in August. Rage by Cora Carmick. This one comes out August 27th, and this is the sequel to Roar. This is basically about, I was gonna say storm chasers, it's not. It's about these people that can control storms, that have like storm powers. They can make tornadoes, they can help battle tornadoes. And we follow Aurora, who is a princess, and she's supposed to have these storm powers, but she doesn't. And she's supposed to be betrothed to this prince, and basically she runs away into the woods and meets this ragtag group of people that try to have powers, and she teams up with them. I really enjoyed Roar. I would say it's a run-of-the-mill type of YA fantasy, but I enjoyed it. I liked it. This book is almost 500 pages, so I'm a little apprehensive on that regard because I'm not the biggest fan of really long YA fantasy books, but we shall see. I am hopeful. I was a sucker for the romance 100% in this, and I feel like there might be a love triangle in the second one. I don't know. I might be ready for that. I might not. Either way, I'm excited for it. Those are my most anticipated summer reads. Sorry there wasn't a ton of them. Like I said, summer is kind of the least amount of books that I want to read that are coming out, which actually I probably should be grateful for. My TBR shelf should be immensely grateful for that. But of course, I'm always going to miss some. There's always going to be some book that comes out that I'm always like, why didn't I realize that? And I beat myself up for it. So I'm sure you will tell me in the comments if I've missed any, because I'm sure I have. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Bye.